Welcome to the Real Estate Leading Edge podcast, where every week we interview a top producing agent who will share with you exactly how to grow your business and live the life of your dreams.
Hey.
Robert Cabani.
Hey.
Hey, Sam Sakka.
All right, Shadi Bazzi here, and welcome to the Real Estate Leading Edge podcast, where every week we come on live and share with you, a guest, a top producer who is going to, teach you some, insights, some strategies, some skills, some systems, whatever we're able to extract out of them that's going to help you get the edge and take your life and business to the next level. So my co-host right here, Mr. Robert Cabani. Honored to be in your presence every single week, brother. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
For giving me the opportunity to be, sitting on the same stage as you. And this week we have Sam Sakka.
My man, thanks for having me, man. I'm excited to be here.
Good. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out to be with us today and to share publicly with our audience how one becomes a top producer like yourself. So why don't you just begin by sharing with our audience who you are. How long you've been in the business, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's no right, there's no wrong, just what you want to share.
Been in the business I'm going on my 18th year right now. I've lived it all through the subprime lending era, and then I, went through the 2008 crash. And I got to say one thing, my experience, before even real estate, I actually owned a little franchise business that I had. And then when I decided I wanted to sell, I wanted to figure out, hey, what am I going to do now? What do I want to do? What's the best thing that I can get into that really, where I'm my own boss? And nothing was better than real estate. And one thing I'd love to share with everybody, it's like today, I wish I was a rookie again. And why do I say that?
Yeah, why?
Because a rookie, I remember when I was a rookie in the business, I was eating real estate. My energy levels, my excitement levels were just like, whoa, bursting. Man, I wanted to take over the world. I had that mentality. And I did very well the few years in the business. Then I joined a very high level producing team that I was on for about 5 years. We were, doing lots of coaching. We were very, we committed to prospecting every morning. We're in the office at 7:30 every morning. Making phone calls, doing 30, 40 contacts a day, generating business it was beautiful the way the system that we had in place. And then all of a sudden we had that condition called 2008 come over. Market crashes. Then I kind of, myself, I'm more like I was doing a lot of economic forecasting. So I kind of seen the trend that we were going, because back in those days, man, if you had a heartbeat, man, we got you a loan, and you bought a house. It was so easy.
Yeah.
It was and I'd look at it. I didn't understand. I came into the business of the subprime era. I came into that business not knowing what regulations are. Like today.
Mm-hmm.
But I'd look at it and I'd say, man, something's not right. Okay, this guy has a 550 credit score, and they're giving him a loan and state your income, and write down state your income. It was like a big joke.
So things didn't really make sense.
It didn't make sense, and then I was doing a little economic forecasting, and then mid 2007, that's the year I got married, by the way, and I got married that year. I had bought my house in 2006, and I was in this for the long run. Everything was great, and then all of a sudden. We kind of seen the market shifting and then the market crashed. Now, what do? We had so much inventory out there. We were screaming. I'm sure everybody knows. We were screaming, hey, come buy these houses up.
How many listings did you have at the time?
As a team, we were on a team of, it was 3 of us on the team. And then there was an extra, it was a total of 5 of us with two buyer's agents. I believe at the time we had maybe about 130 active listings at the time.
So you run a powerful
100
team.
listings.
Yeah.
Very powerful team carrying 130 listings. Market crashed.
Yeah.
What happened?
And then the market crashed, and then all of a sudden you had 50% of the inventory go underwater. Then you had 75 went underwater, and close to almost everybody just went underwater. Now what do? Now we're in panic mode. We had, at the time I would have a buyer. I'd show a buyer maybe 4 or 5 houses, 6 houses, and boom, he bought. right? Then all of a sudden it was like, now I got to show them 15. Now I got to show them 20.
The inventory triples.
And then the price drop. I mean, we were at about $170,000 average at the time. Then it went down to 120. Then it went down to like 70 and 60, and it was just like outrageous. So now what do? Everybody's underwater. Then we had to kind of like, I had to grind it out for a good 5 to 6 years doing what? Short sales. Sell all these properties on.
How'd that affect your mindset?
Now, what happened was at that time, it was like I had a lot of clients that I had got them homes that they went underwater. So it was like people are coming to me now. I really didn't have to go show anybody a house. I didn't really have to prospect no more. I mean, I got the basics all was, of having the system in place and calling every day just went away. So the drive of the drive of what I had before just went away, because now I had people just coming to me, please, I'm underwater. I can't make my payment. So I'm doing short sales now. People are coming to me to the office. I didn't even have to go practically see houses or show houses.
So it changed the way you do business completely.
So it changed completely. And now that lasted from, I'm saying like in 2008 to mid 2012. In 2012, we could see the market kind of shift. 2013, it completely changed. And then all of a sudden, we're like, okay, finally we got rid of that inventory. Now the market is kind of shifting. It's climbing. Then all of a sudden, okay, now I knew I had to go back to what? Go back to basics. I had to go
What year was it when you went back to basics?
Back to basics, 2013, 2014 is really when I think my last short sale was in 2013. And then 2014 came along and I'm like, you know what? I got to get back to basics. But now it was like, okay, great. I got the skill set. I know what to do. I know what to say, right? Because I've done it for so many years. Now it's like, okay, how do I commit? Or how do where's my accountability? Where's my drive? That totally like went away. And every year I would say, okay, you know what? Time to go back and I'll watch YouTube videos about mindset, getting back into the game. I'll do it here and there, and then I'll just fall off. And I'm like, where's the Sam that was like when he was a rookie, And then all of a sudden,
that's why you said, I wish I could be a rookie all over again.
Right.
So how do you feel now? Do you feel like, that like, let's say that, inner child, that rookie in you is back alive? What is going on?
Well, what happened was, 2017, 2008, and I always tell myself, you know what? I'm going to hire me a coach. I got to get a coach. I know, because I had coaches before. And then I'm like, you know what? That's it. This year, I put in my mind, 2019, I'm gonna hire me a coach. Then all of a sudden, our great broker, Sherry Saad, brings on Shady Bazzi for us, and then Shady lights a fire under me, and I'm in the process right now of reinventing myself.
Whoa, talk about that. What does that mean, reinventing yourself? Because here's the thing, that's such a powerful term and something to speak about, because I'm always like in conversations with agents from all over the country, not, let alone everybody here at Remax Leading Edge. And people be like, I want to go to the next level. Okay. And their version of themselves today can only take them so far. And we're always in that conversation without using the term reinvent yourself. It's funny how you said the word reinvent yourself.
Right.
Okay. So how does one reinvent themselves? How do they know that they need to reinvent themselves? And what is the process that one must go through?
So my mentality is there's no reason for why I shouldn't be like at that next level that I've always wanted to be. Okay. Now, how do I reinvent myself? I learned something through you and through reading a lot of books. And one thing, it was always like, hey, I'm trying to figure things out. I'm trying to figure things out, and then after I figure something out, I'm going to commit. Okay? Then I'm like, you know what? I learned recently that, hey, you need to commit, and then you figure it out as you go. So these are the steps that I'm starting to, to take to reinvent myself.
It's a critical mind shift right there.
That is a critical mind shift, because he said something very, very important. He said, I want to figure something out, and then when I figure it out, then I'm going to commit. But guess what happens? when he figures it out, he also figured out that there's something else he needed to figure out.
Exactly.
Therefore, the commitment never comes along. So how do you deal with that? How do you overcome
Most
that?
people, by the way, stay
So-
in that rut for a long period of
Yeah,
time.
it's like a cycle.
One of the most important things that I had to start doing was eliminate things out of my life that's stopping me.
Mhm.
Okay, that is the first step that I figured. You know what? Okay, I'm going to eliminate this. I'm going to eliminate this. These are the things. What's getting in my way? I have to eliminate first. Commit and create my schedule and stick to my schedule.
Yeah.
Try to implement it about 80% of the time.
If you don't mind, what did you have to eliminate? Give me an example or...
I had to eliminate. Okay, let me give you an example. One of the things I had to eliminate was staying up late.
Mhm.
Something I used to enjoy. My downtime was at midnight.
Mhm.
1 o'clock, 2 o'clock. I can't stay up that late. So I had to eliminate that lifestyle of mine, where I said to myself, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna be in bed by midnight, but I have to be. And I'm going to eliminate sleeping into about 7, 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock.
Mhm.
Okay? I got to wake up at 6, no matter what. Even if I slept at 2 in the morning, I'm up at 6 a.m.
So you gave yourself a 6 a.m. wake up time.
So no matter what, I had to commit to a 6 a.m. wake up time. So I had to eliminate that portion of my lifestyle. One thing I eliminated out of my life, I don't know, this works for me, health. Health meaning I eliminated eating the garbage, things that I would eat carbohydrates or whatever I would eat.
So you eliminated, putting the not so good things into your body.
Right.
Okay. So now, and I think what you're trying to say in different words is that when you eliminate, you also replace.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you eliminate what wasn't supporting you and you replace it with what could support you and propel you to go to the next level. Now, I'm just curious because I've known you for a while. How long you two known each other for?
Robert, I've known Robert, I would say 2009, 2010?
Yeah, 2010.
So you've known each other for about 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
What have you seen Sam do in the last 10 years?
Well, Sam, I mean, you guys can see he's a very dynamic character.
Yeah, he
very,
is.
very inspired character.
Intelligent too.
Very intelligent. Has a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. And, so watching Sam, especially right now, as this transition's happened, I mean, he's not missing a beat. He knows how to do what we need to do to succeed in this business. I think having Shadi come back as a coach right now lit that fire, like he mentioned, and he's just been following a routine that's it's just been very impressive, and I think it's contributing to all these positive new appointments and listings that you've been taking.
Right, and I also I gotta say I gotta go out on a limb and say Robert has been phenomenal. I see that he's very committed.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching him for a couple of years now, and he's been very committed, and he's following his protocols. He's in I'm in here 7:30. He's in here 7:30. I mean, Robert has just been. He's doing it right.
Thanks.
He's doing it right.
So what does an average day look like for you though? Just so we can help the person here.
So
on the other end.
I get up at 6 a.m. every day. No, Monday.
Damn, you sleeping in.
Monday through Friday, I get up at 6 a.m. I do, I get ready. I leave the house at 7 a.m.
What do you do between 6 and 7? I'm curious.
Between 6 and 7, I take a shower.
Yeah.
I put my clothes on, get ready. I have a little, I call it my downtime too. If I have to look at, some whatever social media stuff like that, I do that. I do my visualization when I come into the office.
I see. So
Okay.
your hour of power begins when you get to the office.
When I get to the office at 7 a.m., 7:15,
Right.
Or
Can you walk us through that?
yeah. So I read. So I wrote this letter for myself. Well,
Mhm.
Shadi helped me out. This letter is something that it's December. It's December of 2019,
Right.
and this is what I have accomplished.
Right. So
And
your prophecy letter, your vision.
my vision.
So you connect with that every
I
single
connected
morning.
with that every single morning. I read it every single morning,
Mhm.
and what I do after that, I'll write my visions out.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
do what made me happy in the last 24
Journaling,
hours.
okay.
Journaling. I journal. what made me happy in the last 24 hours, what I'm grateful for, what my daily goals are.
Okay.
Like today, I'm gonna do 30 contacts. I'm gonna have one appointment. I'm gonna have a great workout at the gym.
Yeah.
Okay, these are my goals for the day. Okay, and then I do affirmations.
Affirmations.
Yep, and then I write the kind of income that I'm gonna be attracting.
Okay, so you write down your income goal every single day.
Every single day.
Okay.
So that's Monday through Friday I do it.
Good. So you're showing up to the office. You come into the office 7:15, 7:30. You know, you're reading your vision. You're reconnecting with your goal, with your why. You're doing some journaling. Are you reading any books? Are you listening to any audios? What are you doing?
I've read about 6 books in the last
6 weeks.
6 weeks.
Awesome.
So every week I've committed every week that I'm going to be reading a book.
Okay.
So the way I do it, I mean, Audible, the app is great.
Yeah.
Every time I get in my car, I have it where it switches on automatically to the book I'm reading, and it continues. So I'll take a ride to the gym. See, my gym, I don't go early in the morning because I do.
Walk us through your day. Like, what do you do? You come into the office.
I do intermittent fasting. I truly believe in fasting, so I do intermittent fasting. So my lunch is my gym time.
Okay.
So 11 a.m. I'm out of here. I'm at the gym 11:30. I'm out of the gym by 1 o'clock. Then I go to my appointments after.
No, that's after you lead generated for.
That's after me doing my 30 contacts of prospecting and setting my appointments. All my appointments in the afternoon.
All right. So Sam, look, I've watched you for a very long time, and I know you can give some very good sound advice to our audience. You know, there's somebody out there right now who's maybe brand new in the business and or doing 10, 15, 20 deals a year. They want to get to, the next level, whatever that next level looks like for them. If you were the person who's coaching, mentoring that person, and they came and says, "Hey, Sam, give me 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 things I need to do to take me, my life, and my business to the next level," what would those
the number one
tips?
The number one tip I can give everybody is you need to eliminate the fear.
Okay.
Okay.
So number 1, get over your fear.
Get over your fear.
Okay.
Okay. And you need to. It's the easiest thing in the world. You need to talk to people every day.
Yeah.
My best way of talking to people I love, which I can reach them real quick, is over the phone.
Okay.
Okay, whether it's expires or for sale owners.
So number 1, he said, get over your fear, which means get over your excuses, right?
Right.
And we do that by embracing our reasons.
Absolutely.
Okay. Number 2, talk to more people.
Right.
Okay. What's number 3?
Here, I'll give you another example. Like at the gym. I go to the gym, and after my workout, I'll sit in a sauna. Mm-hmm. The sauna has about 20 people in it. Okay, this is a part of my prospecting. So there's about 20 people in it. I'll crack a conversation with one person about, hey, how are you today? How's your, how's work? And then he'll tell me, how's work with you? Real estate is great. Hey, listen, I just sold this house over here or whatever. And then 20 people are listening to this. I kid you not. I've had 2 or 3 or 4 people come up to me and say, hey, man, we didn't know you did real estate. We want to buy. We want to sell. It's very powerful.
So always be prospected. So we said, again, number 1, get over your excuses, get over your fear. Number 2, talk to more people. What's number 3?
Number 2, talk to more people. Number 3, I always have to say you gotta commit. You gotta implement your schedule.
Okay, so have a schedule, follow a schedule. Beautiful. Okay, what's number 4?
Number 4 would be okay, so number 3 we said
you're just like,
schedule.
I always gotta reverse it. I gotta go back to 1, 2, and 3 to get to number 4.
I feel mindset is key.
Okay.
That would be number 4.
Good. So what's one thing that you would recommend they do to grow their mindset? Just one thing.
One thing, read books.
Read books. Okay, you're going to come back and recommend a book at the end of the show. Not yet. Okay. Absolutely. And one more thing, number 5.
Number 5. Okay, so after mindset, number 5, I would suggest...
I'm going to give it to him for you because I've heard your story. I saw your story. Okay. And from the get-go, and now even at a higher level than what you began with, is surround yourself with the top and the best of the best.
100%. I agree. 100%.
So that's number 5. So let's recap number 5, Robert. We said number 1, get over your excuses.
Yep, get over your fears. Number 2, be in constant conversation on a daily basis.
Yep.
Number 3, where were we with number 3 again?
Schedule.
Follow the schedule. Follow the schedule.
Number 4.
Mindset.
Read books.
Okay. And
number 5.
Hang out with top producers like
yourself
this.
With the right people.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So one last question, and before we get into the way we end the show, one of the things that I've been talking a lot about on here, and Robert always backs me up on this. We always say you're a product of your environment. Okay.
Okay.
How critical is it to have the right environment, and what do you absolutely love about the environment that we have here at Remax Leading Edge?
I mean, I love the environment here. Let me bring something. I mean, we've got something that no one has. Like here, I'll tell you. I used to work at an office. They did something on, once a week.
Yeah.
Okay. But we do it on a daily basis. We're in here Monday through Friday prospecting, and it's very, very powerful. What I love about it is we will ask each other, hey, Robert, how many contacts did you make today?
Mm-hmm.
Give us a scenario you had.
Okay, so accountability exists as part of your environment.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Support is part of your environment.
100%.
Okay, sharing is part of the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Training is part of the environment.
Absolutely.
Role play on a
Role
daily
play-
basis.
role play
And you know
days a
what's
week.
the most even important thing about it is you want to make sure all your colleagues are doing great and succeed.
Yeah.
Because there's one thing I truly believe in is I want Robert to do great.
Yeah,
Because watch what I'm going to do. I'm going
Right.
to emulate him.
absolutely.
Okay. And I'm going to dominate.
Yeah,
Okay. That's how I look at it.
love it. Love it.
Okay.
Thank you very much for sharing that
Great.
with us and our audience. And by the way, we're just talking about his office environment, etc. If you're, anywhere else in the country and, you can model what we do, anyways, just reach out to us here on the podcast, our Facebook page, our YouTube page, etc. And we'd be glad to share that with you anytime. We don't hold anything back, and that's why we created this podcast. So, Robert, how do we end the show every single week?
So
This
we're
is our
each going to
favorite
give
part.
a quote,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to give a book recommendation.
Okay.
So,
and
Sam?
you get to pick who's going to go first. Pick on anyone except for me.
I'm going to go with Sam. Sam, what's a quote you think will help?
Listen, this is my favorite quote for the longest time. Just do it.
Beautiful quote.
Like,
Very nice.
Just do it.
Shadi? It's a good
if
one.
you fail to plan, then you're planning to fail. So freaking have a plan in place, in action right now. How do you
Okay.
top that one?
Tough to top. My quote will be, the decisions we make shape our destiny.
Ooh.
Book recommendations.
Book
You
recommendation.
just read 6 books in the last 6 weeks. You better
Okay.
have a good one.
I have a very good one. Okay.
And it better not be one that someone has already recommended in the last
Okay.
couple of weeks.
I'm gonna recommend the subtle art of not giving up. Beep.
You recommended that last week.
Oh,
so-
did you? Okay, I have another one.
Okay.
Who Says You Can't You Do by Chidiac.
Ooh, that is
That's a
great,
very
great,
good book.
Great book. Love it. Love it. Robert, by the way, if you haven't read that book, you should read it.
I will.
Awesome.
Sounds like a good one.
Great book.
Okay. Who's
Actually, he's the one who recommended The Subtle Art of Not Giving
next? Oh,
Up.
yeah?
And
Yeah.
it was a great recommendation.
All right. So since we are on the F word,
Okay.
okay, I'm going to recommend On
F
F.
yourself.
F
Okay.
your-
yeah.
On F yourself. That's my book recommendation for the week. Do you have another F for us, Robert?
I don't know if there's another F for us. So,
There is another F book.
is it really?
Yeah.
What's it called? Just out of curiosity.
There's two.
Okay, so book recommendation. Oh, we already talked about the magic of believing, haven't we?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, guys, I'm having a hard time with this here.
He's not having a hard time. He's just buying more time because he doesn't want the show to end, do you?
Exactly.
Did you guys? Can I throw one? I mean, did you guys recommend Being the Solution?
No, but that's
Being the Solution is a
his
great book.
recommendation
Okay,
It's
now.
my turn.
Okay.
The one I'm gonna go with is Outwitting the Devil
Ooh.
Oh, okay. That's
by Napoleon Hill.
Wow.
That's something I heard great things about that. I haven't read yet.
You know
Yeah,
what?
I have to
Then
read.
he mentioned in the beginning of this conversation, getting over a fear,
Yeah.
and that book will help you realize that your fears are coming from a source that has nothing to do with what you're trying
Yes.
to accomplish.
Absolutely. Okay, so guys, that's it. That's a wrap for this week. Hopefully you're enjoying these episodes, and we miss Sherry, and we're still waiting for Sherry. She's been out for the last couple of episodes, hasn't been feeling too well, but in spirit, she's still as powerful and dominating the industry, and we're cheering her on just like she's cheering us on, being the leader that she is for all of us. So with that said, it's a wrap. Robert,
Guys,
Sam, thank
hey,
you.
thanks for having me on.
See you
Good
guys next
job,
week.
guys.
Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of the Real Estate Leading Edge podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with anyone you know who can benefit from the interview. And don't forget to leave us a 5-star rating and a positive review. Thank you and see you next week.